We starting? Hi. Y'all can tell that we didn't plan anything.
Well, how you doing? That's what I sound like. So pretty.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren.
And I'm Jerri.
And we are more than 2 drinks in. But that's the name, so we'll say that we're 2 drinks in. Today we are having a very
It's chill.
a chill vibe. We're having a chill vibe. Off camera right now, here we have Kraig Yearwood
Because they refuse to show their faces.
and Russ Paddy at the Big Bang 2 Bang Hub.
I hate that guy.
We have 2 artists here with us. They refuse to come on camera, guys. Refuse. We
Crazy because they're like matching right now.
They are. They have on all black.
It's audience wear. That's all it is. Cool.
You know they can't see all knocking.
Don't matter. They heard it. They heard it. Oh.
But yeah, we tried really hard to get them on, but they refused. But yeah, so we're gonna have a really good time today, guys. Just chill, talking.
No friendly neighborhood tune.
We miss you already.
And happy belated birthday.
Happy
Even though we spent your actual birthday.
We did. We really did. It was
Should we talk
wonderful.
about what we did?
Listen. So she had a birthday week. She didn't have a birthday
Yeah, we've been celebrating it for a while.
for a while. So on the Monday, and you would have heard a little bit about the fact that we had a well night on the Monday. Like it was a little bit
There were
of
some photos.
yes, right. But the Monday was wild. The Monday we spent up by her. And one thing you have to know about going
Oh
by
yeah.
Bajan,
You will take some shots.
you will take some shots. It was crazy.
By the time I got there, I think y'all were at shot number 5.
Yes, we were really in with these tequila shots.
I only had 2 y'all, and I was struggling.
And Shirley said, you know, the good thing about tequila is that you don't get a hangover, right? And I have to say that Shirley were a little right.
She was drinking with us too.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It was her, and Shirley was like, so shots. And we would think she'd be like, oh, where are y'all girls going? And Shirley's the best.
Lauren poured both of them. And like I said, there's a very long video. We still had a good time though.
We did.
Too good.
Mm-hmm. And then on her actual birthday, we went down to Roundhouse.
And we were celebrating 2 different things.
We were. I had a wedding folk, because it's not just grooms and bridesmaids. It was a wedding folk celebration where we had all of our bridesmaids and grooms people. Yeah. Up at Roundhouse. And then we had a little mini celebration for Chian.
Yes, and gift giving.
Yes. And then we ended up, of course, we can't go down to Roundhouse and not go into those pools.
Let's tell her what we did in the pool.
Don't know what she's talking about, guys. What I would say is that sometimes you need to purify your soul. And the best way to purify your soul and your heart and get that pure energy and that connection with Mother Earth is to do it, you know, as close as you can get to the elements, you know? You don't need a barrier between you and nature. That's what I would say. There was no barrier to be had.
So we did some topless sunbathing. We were the only ones on the beach for our friends.
We really were.
What was really, really upsetting for me is that when I told Amy what we were doing, like, he didn't even react to it.
He was just like, okay.
That sounds about right.
Like, yeah.
No.
I was like, how dare you?
Where is he in a fight like that? Where is it? I don't remember what you said, babe. Did I tell you that we were talking on Bathsheba?
Yeah, and it's news to me. News to me. CBC news.
We had our boobies to the world.
Yeah, there were. Oh, my top was on the sand.
Yeah.
Lauren could at least say put herself, so maybe it was away from me.
She had to.
Yes, we need to monetize this stuff, guys. You're missing out, guys. Come on.
I mean, they don't get to see them, but we can talk about it.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah, there was zero reaction from my husband. He was like, "Oh, y'all did that. That sounds about right."
Yeah.
It's like, damn, what bullshit I be doing for y'all on a regular basis.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, we had a time.
It was a good day.
It was. And then
I've never experienced a time like that though. I was like, I might like
that's what I
this.
was saying. So
Yeah.
you should see me getting back home and being like, babe,
Oh,
where the light?
like,
You know,
that's
that's
nice.
right. Like, what is this just glow? It was wonderful. It was real nice with you.
We will be doing that again.
Mm-hmm. And then we went back with Gian and we got our toes done. It was a nice evening. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. So on our way back home, we had a torrential rain. This could be a real quick story. And we're coming down the back by ballpark. And I don't know if there's still the trench in the road, but there was this deep trench. And we went into this trench. And when I tell you that water came up and over us, like, I actually thought we were going to die in that moment. Like, it was the most exhilarating roller coaster ride trying to get from her house to her gig that night. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell her how much I was enjoying it. But I had a blast. It was like boop boop and bobbing and weaving and you're barely seeing because it's raining. It was wonderful. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie apparently.
You might be. I was running away. I was saying, they ain't getting on the road, okay?
Yeah. Except for the birds, I ain't gonna lie.
She couldn't drive at her regular speed though. So.
No. We were definitely like way under the speed limit because this was white rain, like you could barely see.
Yeah.
Could barely see.
I felt really bad because I was like, shit, she was gonna go home and be a good girl and go to sleep. And we were like, we're coming by your house.
You know?
To continue drinking. Because my Aunt Shiny gave us more alcohol.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Not one, but 3 bottles.
3 bottles. I was like, girls, I need help finishing these, okay? You need to finish these bottles because I have more bottles. It was like
Conversations that we only have up there.
It was wonderful. We really did have a good time for Gian's birthday. But yes, guys, as we said, we have 2 off-camera guests. Kraig, you know they can't see it, so when you do the hand movement, right, you got to say something.
Oh man.
So we have Kraig Yearwood, artist, designer, stuff
Wait, I have your
creator.
stuff back today? Because I take that thing with me.
Listen, she's have it everywhere.
Yeah,
Every
everywhere.
single where. You can't see it, have to say
I
it.
would say hasher, don't forget.
Hasher,
Yeah.
If not, I will have to drink for that.
you know?
This goes out, and then I didn't mention the hash. Heresy.
Agree.
And then you get for drink.
Maybe
So maybe I shouldn't mention it.
you shouldn't mention it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to tell us a little bit more about your stuff? Your actual stuff. What you do, who you are.
This stuff is good.
So for those of you who don't know, Kraig Yearwood, you can go follow him on Instagram, like his page. He is a visual artist, but he's also a designer in many forms of the word. He does clothing, he does jewelry, he does apparel, accessories. I mean, you know, at any point you could jump in instead of being like,
Yeah, and I'm sure
This
this
is
all
the point.
either of us have seen his.
exactly. You definitely have because we have a few of your things.
Yes, you can look out for the stuff page coming soon, maybe within a month. As soon as I get my images from the producer.
Don't bother, we produce it here. I tell you already.
And I'm gonna be
It's
too
not
bad.
us our podcast.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Labor of love.
Labor of love.
It will happen when it happens.
Yeah. So what, in terms, I sorry for throwing you on the spot, but apparently I got asked questions to get you to talk. So my question is, in terms of like the mediums you use to create your pieces, what's the inspiration behind the choice in mediums? Because you always pick really interesting pieces.
I have a love of experimentation, and in my visual arts practice and even within graphic design, I always choose to sort of explore stories and materials. So these lead me down the rabbit holes, and whatever comes out the other end comes out the other end. I'm inspired by, I think, my grandmother lived in the US when I was growing up, when I was a kid, and she used to send me all these National Geographic magazines So I've always been really interested in culture and people and art and the earth. So I sort of have an eclectic interest in terms of music, foods, all these things, and they sort of come together. You know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Experiment and play like a kid.
Cool.
I love that.
Yeah. That's about the same. It's almost like the same with that.
Yeah. I always feel like a crazy person when I have like my music on there. Because I never stay in one place when I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, it's meditative and it's also transformative. It brings you to another space, another state. Yeah.
I find that with you too, like when I watch you and when I've watched you work, like yes, you always have a vision and an idea, but if you actually see yourself, it's almost like this meditation that you go into when you're in front of that sewing machine. Like you just go, girl. Like you always have your things on, whether it's a podcast, whether it's music, and you're just there and you're in a vibe and you're in your groove, and it's almost as if like nothing else exists.
yeah.
What are you
I
doing?
feel like you kind of need to go into that state, at least for me to get anything done.
Yeah. And of course we have my favorite person in the world. Can I say that officially? And my Beyonce, guys! My Beyonce! Finally, I mean, you won't come on camera. Roll my A's.
Beyonce.
I finally have gotten out of the production role, you know. At least you get a voice. It's cool, it's good.
Is that one?
It's step one, you
Step
know.
one.
You know,
We'll get him on here
very-
eventually.
I'm very camera shy.
We've
Which
not
is
signed off
crazy.
on hair and makeup and legal just yet, so when we start that up,
Oh yeah.
Russ and I will be in the place.
I feel like we see him on stage every week, several times a week. He's not camera shy.
How is he camera
Yeah,
shy?
it is a
He's
different.
podcast shy.
Yeah, I'm podcast.
I think so. I think it's that.
This is
Because
my podcast virginity gone to the wind.
Oh,
See?
Yeah.
babe,
Have it.
I was about to say thank you for giving me one of your virginities.
Have it.
Right? But yeah, guys, that's my future forever Beyonce husband to be.
Yeah.
On the other side over there.
Woo.
But yeah, so as many of you know, Russ is a guitarist in the big band.
Woo.
He does smaller gigs and he does a lot of other things. You want to say a little bit about yourself, a little bit about where you have been, i.e. all the art that you've been creating with L&L.
so good. I am a little jealous that he can help you with your stuff. And Avery is just, I mean, photography, yes, but still.
I was about to come all the way
Turn off everything. Put on this like I leave. Like a roll.
I love your producer.
I don't endorse that.
I was
But I can't look at him at any point and be like, just cut this one thing out for me, it will not involve. I've tried.
I feel like I can't endorse that because I can't look at myself and be like, I want to do a podcast. So come.
Yeah, but he can help you with your work.
I mean, you know what it is. You have different things. Like you have somebody who's just always going to be there for your visuals and your creating of that. You know, you always have him for that. And I have somebody who is just gonna take what we have and turn it all the way upside down and go in a totally different, new and wonderful direction. So it's like, you know, I don't have an Avery, you don't have a Russell.
This is true.
You know?
We can borrow
Exactly.
Let me call her Russell so nice. I need you to do this thing.
I was about to say, you're all friends and we all feed off each other and support
Yes.
each other, so that's the good thing about this.
Yeah.
So we,
Yeah.
we have forms a conglomerate. You know,
Yeah.
you're not alone in the woods
We are.
anymore.
It's all of us together. Realistically, it actually is. I know we work. We actually do work, all of us together. Even though we a little you think about it, but we really do. You know, no matter what we say here, you know, oh, we don't got this, we don't got that. It's always been, you know, which is what's so wonderful about us. You know,
Takes a village.
yeah, we got a village.
Everyone should get some of us. If you got people that can be Lauren and Jerri, get yourself a Lauren and Jerri, yeah.
And then when you get yourself a Lauren and Jerri, then get yourself an Yearwood and Russell.
Yes. You need
You
a
know?
Yearwood Russell.
You really do. I don't know, but
Because I want to be a Jerri with a like.
let's be real well. And let's be real raw. Let's be real ready to burn down the world. Russell's be like, Lauren, I need you to just calm down for a second. I want you to take a deep breath before you go and speak to these people.
Oh wow, Emery does not let his. I'm gonna give you your space for 2 minutes, and then I'll come back and ask you this question again.
I feel like you are very level in your response to people. All somebody has to do to me is try to take advantage of a situation. And if you take advantage of a situation with my close friends, I just get real upset. Right? Like, I mean, you take advantage of a situation with me.
She's scary when she's angry. That's really
So like it's been like 0 to 100. I just need them to be.
Have you seen the vein? Have you seen the popping vein?
No, it starts with her eyes, and then
Yeah. But I do need the
I'm your
the
rock.
grounding,
I'm your anchor.
the anchor.
I hold you down.
Sometimes I like to say that you should let me fly. The hot air balloon needs to go. But yeah, guys. So we are here.
we can talk about this song.
Girl, I think now's a good thing to talk about this song.
Can we look at the lyrics? Because I feel like we need to go through this line by line. Because this, whoever wrote this, whew, I hope you're not in a relationship.
I feel it was all of them in that music video. That's JD, that's Jermaine Dupri.
But I really appreciated the look on Russell's face when he heard the song. Right? Because I was like, so what does it mean then? You get caught cheating, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And not even write the whole song about it. You know?
I think Amy was laughing a little too much. I was just like, what's this?
Just fucking them girls, I was gonna get right back. Just fucking them girls, I was gonna get right back. You wouldn't want me if you thought I never had hoes.
What?
Women like men, other women like.
Exactly.
That's just something that everyone knows. Don't forget, I was a fly nigga when you got here. Charismatic when you got here. You know about me when you got here.
He knows so remorseful at all.
Not one bit. Now you're tripping, girl. It's not fair. And you got my phone in your hands. Questions? Not again. Why do we do this when really the truth is, if I get caught cheating, that don't mean I don't love you. And then the hook.
What?
Yes. So basically, you wanna unlike the man if you didn't think that he would cheat on you in the beginning. You would have known that last girlfriend he had, he cheated on probably with you. I know you got me. That's the levels to it.
Now here's the thing, right? I just always say to people, if you take a man from a woman, rest assured,
Someone else will come and take you to
somebody else can come and try and catch you.
But I did not take my man from anybody, as far as I know. So he be real disrespectful.
But people in that relationship figure, well, I am so good. I'm good, right? So I'm gonna be the one that ends the cycle ends at me. So everyone's always surprised when they're just another notch in the belt.
I feel like he didn't sound remorseful in it.
Yeah, remorseful.
He was like, so you caught me. Oh,
You knew who I was when you got together with me.
Literally, it sounds like an ad.
I already like the video, but the lyrics just had me all the way like.
I mean, musically too, I think it's a good song. Right?
It's catchy too.
Yeah,
It's
right.
really messed up. As in, like, really singing, if I get caught cheating,
That don't mean nah.
that means a lot.
I wonder what it means.
That means that I'm
Exactly.
up your ass. That's what that means.
If I get caught cheating, that don't mean I don't love you. I know you won't let one little fuck.
One little fuck.
One little fuck. That's all this fuck. Don't let one mistake take all this away.
Yeah.
Don't let little fuck mess all this up. Don't let this one mistake take all this away.
Wow.
So I pose to you all, is one mistake the last mistake?
One little fuck that get you killed. So it will be the last one. I'm laughing, but I'm very serious.
Here's the thing, right? How do you ever like claim no that is a mistake? Like no, right? No, after this whole song. How can you ever claim it's a mistake? You know, whole song will get it ain't a mistake.
To tell me it was just one little one, so when the next little one happened, that could just be another one.
1 + 1 is 2. You know?
So can we talk about the fact that this is supposed to be an R&B song? I can't believe when these people was always
It was about love.
singing these cute
You know?
ballads.
And I actually find of late a lot of the R&B that we've been seeing is kind of trending this way into this. And it's very ironic to me because it came from a place where we were singing about how we love somebody and, you know, singing about our heartbreaks and singing about how we shouldn't have let them go, you know, let this person go. Now you're singing about how I am a bad boy and this
I can just be out here doing the thing, but you should take that anyway.
What do y'all feel is mad?
I was about to say that maybe that's just where our minds are, right? That's where we are. That's what you're saying of. You're singing of what you're thinking, right? If your mentality.
Kraig is very emotional. He's like, what?
Kraig disagrees with me. Kraig is like, no, I was born in 1962 and used to buy roses.
Bite your tongue, sir.
Yeah. So back in the day, that's what, you know, you go, you show up at the door, you knock, and tip your hat, you know, your fedora, and you get your bouquet out, and you say, hey, would you like to go to the dance? No.
I actually thought first.
Yeah, you gotta ask first.
No, but it's something different.
We might be trained wrong.
So are you, is what you're saying is that realistically what he was saying before in that we don't want men who can't get other women, who don't have other female attention, that we are as women want to take men from women. You think that's where we are as a society instead of the other
I feel like why would you think we're so childish? Like, why do we need something that someone else has? Why can't I just want someone's attention for myself? Or someone for myself?
I was thinking it goes as far as this is the look. So 1962 Kraig, he got his hat on, he got his suit on.
Why is my Kraig there? Why?
Sir, right? He's got his bouquet. You know, he's a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
And part of being a gentleman is how you act nice. You be a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
when you look and fly, as the lyrics say, part of the look is a fuckboy.
The other women want.
Right. You have to have the personality that I would cheat immediately. Right? That's
Not
part.
immediately.
That is as soon as you get somebody, the next offer of sex is taken. That's just the look. That's what you're going for.
I hope y'all are
If you
getting
were-
tested out there. If that's what you're doing, please be.
Listen, if that's my thing is, right? I don't want to do this tangent, right? So we can come back to this tangent. But if that's what you want, and you're not in a relationship, and you're being open and honest with people, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Get tested, wrap it up, right? But if you want a woman, I used to hold on with a woman, right? And you can say that this woman is one, even if she's not the one for you for the rest of your life, if she's the one for you, no. you realize I'm saying the one for you, not one of the many, you know? And I get what you're saying. I get that it's part of the look that you can have different women and different women want
even
you.
worse, the look of 2022, 2023 R&B artist is a fuckboy. That's just
Really?
that's what you gotta go. You are pensive, like in your book writing everything, or you is a fuckboy and you got the
Listen to
look.
enough R&B.
That's the thing. That is the artist look, right? Madonna had her pointy nipple graph.
And then our fuckboys.
And her fuckboy did.
Wow.
So we all gonna do.
You know.
Not date them.
Exactly.
How about hostesses? Is that the right word? That happen to be getting married to an artist.
Hostesses.
Hosts of podcasts who just might be engaged to musicians.
Well,
How does one feel about that?
I think as a host of a podcast, that the musician would have to know, you know, the temperament of the host.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to know that
We're naive, yeah.
I'm not gonna say, right? I'm not gonna say that.
I don't think she
will
have
happen,
one.
right? But I will say some form of name, right? Because when I say I do, and when I say I do forever, and we talked about this a little bit in the Shani episode.
Yeah.
When I say I do, I mean forever, right? There's not going to be a maybe point.
Exactly, because you wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Exactly. And I'm not going to say we're not going to fight and things won't happen. But at no point is there ever going to be a reference to one little flat that makes it all this. Because when I tell you that one little flat could equal to one little cut or something, I'm just joking. I'm really joking. I honestly do believe though that at the point of picking your partner, you do need to like think about these things, right? You do need to think about who you
I think
are.
on some level, a lot of women that experience these things know. Because you know who you're marrying.
Yeah, you know.
And if you don't,
Yeah.
then you got another problem there.
I agree. I agree that you know who you marry, and I agree that you make the decision on how you react to things, what you allow in a relationship.
If it's a thing. Because for some people, infidelity might not be such a big deal. And that's they may care about the lying. That's the next thing, as I say, right? I don't care about the lying though. I will cut you for all of it.
You know what? For me, lying is worse than the infidelity. You know.
Really?
For me, I can understand the hormones of it. I can understand that something may happen and you get drunk or something like that happens. You see, as soon as you're trying to lie and hide things from me and doing this just like deceitful things, like I just get real upset. You know, for me, the lying is bigger for sure than the infidelity.
So I actually checked out the lyrics, right? And what the guy is actually saying, what I just realized, is that he's saying if I get caught cheating, right? So I kind of have that feeling that, all right, it's okay to cheat once you don't get caught. That's a subliminal message now hit me pretty hard. It's like, oh shoot. All right, guys, message to all the males in the room, just don't get caught, guys.
Just don't get caught.
Exactly.
You get caught, bang, write a song, donate $1 million to the girl, and go after cheating.
Wow.
I over here this
That's
my
great,
sister
you.
watching walk away.
And you're like,
Walk away.
Maybe don't try that if your wife has access to everything.
I mean, my thing with that is, right? If it is you want an open relationship, find somebody who would want to have an open relationship with you. Don't go and look for a monogamous relationship if somebody who wants a monogamous relationship. Why am I having a problem saying monogamous?
I think it might be the alcohol.
I can't say it again.
Unscrupulous. Let's toss all the words.
Right?
Monogamous,
Find
yes.
somebody who wants a monogamous relationship. You can't say it.
Stop
laughing at me. It's y'all been making it worse.
Said it just now.
Right?
Exactly.
Find somebody who wants that type of relationship.
Snuffleupagus.
Right? And stay with them. Right? Or find somebody who wants an open relationship.
I think that's the thing though. A lot of men I see, well, yeah, that want that type of relationship, want it to be one-sided.
One-sided.
So I'm allowed to go out and do whatever I feel like doing and bring home all the women. You, on the other hand, supposed to be this nice, lovely sweetheart of a wife that doesn't deal with anybody else but me. So you could be monogamous, but I can be out here doing all the things.
That'll work for me. That'll work for me. I like when things are fair. You know? And you may refer that you have something to say.
Nothing.
We're listening.
You're raising, you know. But yeah.
Like to say that I picked a good one, and
That's a smart answer.
I'm happy with this relationship.
That's a very good
You're about to
answer.
monogamy.
Yeah. I do too forever. You know? So, get back.
Yes.
You hear Beyonce new album?
No, not really. I heard like one or two songs. I mean, it's not really my like genre, I guess.
What? You're not a fan? You're not in the types?
No, I'm not. She doesn't sing anything I would really listen to. And I feel like Amory's looking at me because what I do listen to, he does not enjoy that much. Honestly, she's not ratchet enough for me. Like, I need some bass, I need some dirty lyrics. I'm not a Beyonce fan.
I love Beyonce.
But I think people have been enjoying it. Like, Mahalia told me she really liked the album.
Yeah. I don't know, I listen to the album yet. I am a Beyonce fan though, and I'm sure I'm gonna like it.
I heard one song that I really like the beat of. I don't even remember. It felt kind of like off kilter,
Yeah.
where she was talking about like her body. I really like that one.
I've heard one or two of the songs, but I actually haven't heard the whole album.
I only heard it because of Reel's Instagram.
Yeah. That's it, exactly. Have you all heard the Beyonce song? If you've listened to the album, let us know what you think. And of course, I can't believe we've gone this far into it. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I apologize. So, if you haven't asked yet, we would like you. Oh, we still put it in the middle. We do at the beginning, don't we? We do at the end. Okay. I'm just gonna do it really quickly. I'm not gonna do it all dramatic. So just subscribe, hit that like button, and click on the notification bell. I'll save it at the end. I'm gonna do the whole dramatic thing. But anyways, thanks, guys. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Something about tipsy thoughts, I think Mia would say.
Yes, and
Yeah,
having
these
my
are
tipsy
tipsy
thoughts.
thoughts.
You know, I've been trying not to, you know. We miss you, Mia.
We do.
Don't leave us again.
I don't think that there's gonna be a lot of it coming after them. I don't think that Drake's album got the best reception. It also just wasn't the greatest album. That could be it. But I don't think that there's gonna be a lot of people trying to copy what they did. And it might just be that I didn't enjoy either of the albums. Like I like one Beyonce song that she put out from that album.
I haven't listened to any either.
I was gonna say, to be fair, you legitimately have not actually listened to the album.
I haven't listened to the album. I listened to like one, and even then it was very, very short because I was watching a reel. But I was like, oh, this is catchy. The few times that I heard it, I still did not go and look for the song to like listen to it, and only because it's not really a genre that pulls me in. Like I need some messed up, some very ghetto lyrics.
You love Ratchet is all.
Like you catch me living it. Ooh, that was a bar. Or some bass.
I only read of the wave that Beyonce is is about to push, right? The homage that it does for the gay dance community from the first song. I'll hear it.
Kraig is voguing.
Literally trying to find the song on YouTube, I just like, I got title it, but title version.
Oh. There you go then.
Literally, even though I wanted to hear it, I didn't hear it yet, so I ain't even sure.
Bajan Twitter is a special place.
Purposely.
I don't know anything going on with color coloring and nothing.
You don't need to follow what
I'm-
on Twitter.
And I'm just mean like none of these things I'm a part of because I feel like I'm trying to keep my peace. You know?
Yeah, just get on there and then just play with some random person the entire day. Bajan Twitter is an interesting place.
Somebody wrote, I almost admire how good white Bajans are at creating their own spaces on this little 2x4 island. You will go months without seeing a white local, and then one day you stumble upon a party or a bar or something.
All of
And it's 151. 22 mixed people, 30 foreigners, and 7 token blacks.
Why does something like that rave that we went to?
You know what? I agree with that. Because here's the thing. If we used to behave, I mean, to be honest, we can't do that. Like, we have so many black people in markets. We're actually a majority black country. But if in general we used to behave with each other the way they do, the support they give to each other, how they have decided that they're one community. I mean, I'm sure, and I've heard of all the rest between the white communities, and I know our white followers are going to be like, girl, you don't even know. Right? Of course, I don't feel that. Sorry, it's not cute. But realistically, they come together in a way and they support each other in a way that I think we are now beginning to be honest. I actually do believe if you watch us and you see how we started to be,
Hold on.
how we started.
Is it support or is it just fucking nepotism? Because I feel like we don't like to call it that. But that's what it is.
When we support our own, when black people support black people, or when white people support white people, which one?
The way that they support each other, particularly here on this little island of ours. It's nepotism.
To say it's not. What I would say is that if we used to do the same,
We do when we are in positions too, but how many of us are in the same positions, particularly in these companies that they work, and you know that so many of them just leave school, don't even got the I shouldn't be cussing, don't even got no CICs, and then we see them in this random position, just all this money that they
and I give you that.
because some family member put them on. It's nepotism.
I give you that. But at the end of the day, we are still a majority black country. We're not in America. We're not in America where it's black people struggling. And
No, we're a majority black, but where's the money?
Yes.
Who's pocketing the money in?
Yes, they are in the 1%. But because we're in a majority black, right? Because we're in a majority black country, our whole government is black, right?
And who they be supporting?
All the working class is black. Which is why if we made a conscious decision to support our own,
And I
to
think
give
we
loans to
do.
small businesses, we don't. We really don't. You know, you would see people, you would see certain people having stores and having friends, and they would go and they would buy from the Ralph Lauren's and they would buy from all the stores in Mangrove, but they would see you.
Honestly, as someone who works in Mangrove currently, that's managing a store in Mangrove right now, I don't think that's true.
You don't think that black people buy from stores in Mangrove, but will look at you and tell you that your items are overpriced?
No. Hold on. My stuff will be available in one of the store that I'm working at currently. Thank you. They'll be available in there. But a lot of locals have not been shopping, and I think that if they had the opportunity to shop in more local brands, the problem is we don't get the same exposure.
I mean, I'm not saying that we don't get the same exposure. What I'm saying is that we are the majority. We're not a minority.
Yeah, but where all the ads going?
We're not the minority, right? So you can't say like that works at a certain point. There's a certain point at which we can say, oh, it's nepotism. Oh, for us, you know, it is.
I'm
but
not saying for us at all.
there are people who are
But I'm saying that I see it in play every single day, and that's just not the case.
There are people who are managing hotels, who are CEOs of hotels, who are managing big companies, who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars working in Barbados, and they're not white. right? The white people are literally in the 1% in Barbados. You know how we usually talk about the 1%, but when we talk about it, we're talking about the rich people. Our population is something like, I don't even think they've made 10% of our population white people, right? Maybe they 12 by now. I can't really say, right? Just calling numbers on my ass at this point, right? But we are still, I'm 100% sure, we are still more than 80% people of color in Barbados. There is no way, statistically, with numbers like that, if we decided that we could not push ourselves forward and we cannot be in a better place. And I'm not at all saying that schooling doesn't make a difference, that there's not nepotism, that there's not like all these different ways in which we're disadvantaged. I'm not saying that they're not communities out there that are literally designed to fail. I'm not saying that if you go to certain schools, you're definitely designed to fail, and if you go to certain schools, you're just automatically in a leg up. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is that we are the teachers at the schools. I'm saying we're the people in the ministries. I'm saying we're the people in the government. I'm saying that we're the CEOs of some of the biggest and the brightest companies. I'm saying that yes, well, they are like people who get positions because there's somebody adopted and it's going to trying to do all sorts of shit. Yes, I'm saying that happened. But there are people who have made their way all the way to the top. Right? But what we need to do now is when we get to the top, right? You need to stick your hand up. I need to pull somebody up.
And I think there have been a lot of people trying to do it, but on an institutional level, I think that our system is flawed.
But we are the system, Jerri.
No, we are not.
We are the system.
No.
We are the system. I am part of the system. I am part of the system because I work for government.
I think you think you're part of the system.
No, I am. I work for the government of Barbados. And everybody who works for the government of Barbados is part of the system. And what we need to do is we just need to do better. We need to decide that when people do things, instead of pulling down their initiatives, we're going to be like, oh, this is a good initiative. It's not like, you know, it's not something that's affecting me. Because you have a good initiative, that don't mean anything about mine. And we need to support each other. We need to decide that, okay, well, you had something that was feeding the hungry people. Just because I want to help the other people, you know, go to school, don't mean that I gotta like do things to stop your feeding the hungry people, you know, initiative. We need to work together. We need to pull people up. And we need to mentor our young people, you know, and get them in positions where they need to get in and help them, you know, come up instead of just deciding that we are forming a crop of people who will go and do 9-to-5 jobs. We need to empower people and help people and push them forward and show them how it is that we can thrive. Because that's what the white people do. When that white father say that he worked hard, he business, and he's going to get his child, and he's going to put the child in a position, and they will learn by fire or by hell, and they will get somebody to mentor them. That's what he's doing. Is he doing it? Like, is it detrimental to everybody else? Yes.
Yeah, but how did that white father get in his position to be able to do that?
I mean, I'm not saying that racism was a thing, and I'm not saying that they are unfair. I mean, I just listen to people talk about all sorts of stories about how, and don't get me wrong, I love Seal. I love how, you know me. I think as a white man in Barbados, he did a lot of great things for people, but no black person could go and do the things he did to get the money he did. Right? No black person in that time could do that. Right? But enough how he did a lot of great things for a lot of black people. He did. And he was always humble. Right? On the same hand, right? The person at the top of the government is a black person. And the person who decides that the person who is the manager at the top, let's say the top 5 hotels in Barbados, are black people. And the person who decides that they are hiring or firing people are black people. And the person who is the manager at the top 5 financial companies in Barbados are black people.
They may be managing, but who are the owners?
But if we are the majority of the managing people.
No. As somebody that's currently managing a company owned by not local white people, that's not how that works.
Could you have not made the suggestion of who you want to hire and who you don't want to hire?
I literally suggested my sister. In this case, it was not. It wouldn't be, and that's what I'm telling her. When we're in places where we can use nepotism, or might be trying to use it, you get shut the fuck down. You can't just make decisions. There's somebody above you that's looking at everything you do, and you're just there trying to hold on to your fucking job and take care of your family.
I am not saying that. What I am saying is that we are in a country where, yes, there are people who are enduring this, and yes, they are white, and yes, it's hard, but at some point, we need to decide that we want things to be different.
I think we decided, and honestly, on every level, I can see that people are trying. There are just so many freaking blocks in the road. It's so hard to get there.
I think it is hard, but I think that we are some of the people who are making the blocks. And when I say we, I mean when you go into a bank and the bank looks at you and looks at your bank account and tells you that unfortunately they can't give you this loan, right? Because you were self-employed. However, they will look at other people who have mommy and daddy to put down the same equity. They make half as much as money as you, right? But they get the loan to start their business or to do whatever they need.
I heard somebody recently,
Those are not people.
that makes all of 75 cents more than I do. Realistically, a lot less than I do in a season because they get paid per day. I get paid hourly, on like an hourly basis. They make less than I do during the season. And they qualified for a loan for more than I was asking for. Yeah. We're very used to how things work on this island.
And the loan officer that they went for, who approved their loan, was what color?
No idea.
It wasn't a white person. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that they aren't institutions and they aren't structures that we work in, right? It's the same thing with the government. We have a problem with the government. We have a problem with how things work in the government. And I always say to people, but it's you who are not doing your job properly. And if you don't do your job properly, right? And if you don't say to the people who are above you, hey, can we do this? And when people are trying to put things in place, you don't like fall into place because let's not talk about all the pushback that Mia got when she was trying to digitize the system. You have stories upon stories upon stories about how people refuse to work with the new system. Oh, there were people sitting up in the office saying that they will not do their jobs.
So what you're saying is we should just fire all the old people.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I do think a lot of training and retooling and rebranding would help with that. But what I'm saying, right, is that when we recognize that we have the power to change things, we will look at ourselves and we will figure out how best we can kind of shift the way we are moving.
I think even in this conversation, we're forgetting about the many, many people that just decide, I'm just going to do it myself and do it out of pocket.
There are many people who do that and who do it out of pocket and who
We do it all the time.
You know, who have no support, who have no like backing, who have none of the things that we should have. Just as, you know,
We've been doing it.
we haven't. And I'm not at all saying that what you're saying is incorrect. I'm not saying that the system that you are speaking of is not the system that's there. What I'm saying is that I think, me personally, think that we have enough of us here that if we decided realistically we wanted to change how the fuck we was doing it, we could decide we wanted to change and we would change. We are not like easy people when we decide we want to be easy. When we decide something happening, it's gonna happen in Barbados. Don't get me wrong, we are resilient.
I think money talks and bullshit walks. And the longer I'm living here, I'm realizing that you need a lot of that money.
I mean,
And I should listen to Amber when he wants to move to Trinidad. That's still an option.
I mean, when I did in Trinidad, so you probably was right to stay. I mean, if you made your money, right, and you were making US in Trinidad right now, you'd be doing good, but Trinidad has had, because of COVID, I think, and that's the next thing, like, we kind of have, we just give credit where credit is due, but not fully. But because of COVID, Trinidad is not in the place where it was before COVID.
Neither is Barbados.
But we are in a lot better situation than they are. A lot better because of how we were managed during COVID. Yeah, you know, I love you. I don't need to say that. And this is the right one. I love you. I know you're never going to see this, so I can say Bajan is there. But I really do admire how she and I'm not saying either, because she, our Prime Minister did some things that I personally didn't agree with, right? But I appreciate the fact that she did things, and she tried to help us out,
And that she was mostly transparent about all of it.
Yeah.
That was something that we had grown very unaccustomed to.
Yeah, I really did appreciate that. First Black female Prime Minister. I actually think, so I've actually been having, I'm really starting to jump into this, right? But I've actually been having like conversations about people about Rihanna. And I know we talk about Rihanna, this national year thing already, right? No, this is a little tidbit, right? But I honestly do think that being and maybe national year, Mia Marley, our Prime Minister of Barbados.
I can see that.
I think she should. I think she's done a lot of wonderful things for the people of Barbados. And I think she is a true example of what it means to be Barbados. I think she would be a wonderful national hero. I think the nomination committee at the nominee. Anyway, guys, we had such a good episode with you today.
We did. It was really chill.
It was. It really was. We love that for you.
Avery's shaking his head, but we don't agree with him.
We don't. We enjoyed it. We certainly
We had fun this episode.
I think the one thing I would say is that I did miss Shia. I always miss her when she's not here.
We missed her energy.
We love you. But you know what I'm gonna say? I kind of alluded to it a little bit in the beginning. Well, in the middle, not the beginning. But if you haven't done it, now is the time to smash that like button,
hit subscribe,
and click on that notification bell.
and comment your tips and talks because we would say that.
And if you're not 2 drinks in at the time of watching the show, you are doing it wrong. So go get your water if you don't drink. Whatever it is you partake in, your glass of wine, your wobby, whatever it is you want, get your glass, come sit down and enjoy it with us, and comment and let us know what you think.
Thanks for joining
I love
us.
you guys. I'm Lauren.
I'm Jerri.
And we are now officially
2 drinks in.
See ya.